to. My name is Dan Greer, and I live in Sandy, Utah. And my family consists of me and my wife and my 4 children. They're all adults, they're all married. I've got 3 grandchildren, and they're spread out across the state, but pretty close by. And they're just wonderful, and we love them. We love to be together and do things with one another. I work for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I am the Director of Finance and the Controller for the Philanthropies Department. It's a small department of the church, and we focus on doing philanthropic fundraising for the church's CES institutions and other priorities as approved by the presiding bishopric and the first presidency of the church. Oh, what do I like most, pancakes or waffles? That is easy for me, pancakes. I am a pancake man. I could eat pancakes every day if I had to. I have been a CPA since 1996. So it's been, 34 years, is that right? 24 years, 24 years. I can't do my math. We better not put that on film. I need my 10 key. No, it's 24 years, sorry. I need my 10 key. Come on, give me a break. I need my 10 key. I can't do anything without my 10 key. You know, that's a great question. I'll be honest with you. I was kind of trying to figure out what to do with my life, and had come home from serving a LDS church mission, got married really fast, had kids, was still trying to figure out what I wanted to do in school, and I had some great mentors, frankly, that were friends of the family. Both of them happened to be CPAs, and I was talking to them about going to school, what I wanted to focus on, and that I wanted to go into business, but I just wasn't quite sure what my focus should be. And so in counseling with those 2 men, they both told me, you know, one was a member of the church, one was not, and they both told me, hey, you know, if you want to go into business, you might as well understand the language of business and go into accounting and understand that, because then from there you can do a lot of different things if you want to. And so that was really what was the impetus for me to choose getting my accounting degree, and I am so grateful for that direction, that counsel that they gave me, because it's been a wonderful and great career for me and a great blessing to my family. I'd have to say cats. I'm a cat person. They're a lot easier to deal with. You know, just throw them out at night and let them do their thing, and hopefully they don't bring you a dead bird or a mouse on the porch the next morning. So yeah, certainly I did. I had plenty of role models in my life that inspired me, particularly for my career. You know, I talked about the 2 gentlemen that affected me and helped me make my decision to go into accounting. Mark C. Toller, which is a dear family friend, and also a gentleman named having a slight stroke here, so you can cut that and edit it, right? Let's see. Oh, sorry. The two gentlemen who were the mentors for me that got me into public accounting were Mark C. Toller and Jim Erickson. Both great men, really, really bright, smart people. And once I got into my career, I really have to thank Ray Ellison and Rick Jensen from Tanner LC. They were really the people that gave me my opportunity in public accounting initially once I graduated from the University of Utah, and really mentored me and helped me grow and become really the person I am, and gave me my career. I still thank Rick Jensen and Ray Ellison every day for my career, because they were so gracious and great mentors and teachers. I don't know if I can say one moment in my career that's made me proud to be a CPA, but I think it's just the body of work, the opportunity that I've had to work with fantastic people. I think people of integrity, people that make smart decisions, that are willing to counsel with one another, and really just the opportunity to try to be that voice of reason. You know, it's kind of funny. My current director's council right now, they call me Captain Killjoy. As we work together and counsel on making decisions, I'm the one that brings the policy, procedure, the thinking of those types of things in terms of the work that we do to make sure that we don't get out of bounds and do things that we shouldn't do. And while they tease me about it, I'm really proud that I can be that person, and I've learned that. I've been taught that, and I've learned through my training in the industry that we have to be careful and that we have to be wise, and so I'm proud to represent in that way, if you will, but also to still have the opportunity to be creative and to find new opportunities and new ways to do things, whether it's through processes, whether it's through understanding, recent accounting rules and pronouncements. All those things come together to give me and have given me a wonderful career experience that I'm continuing to enjoy to this day. My involvement with UACPA goes back from the early part of my career, starting in probably about 1997, 98-ish. I got involved at the UACPA working on a committee for the winter conference that is held every December. And I spent 2 or 3 years working on that committee with a number of other CPAs and good friends, and trying to plan that educational experience for other CPAs in the association. And I've been able to participate in a few other things here and there, but primarily I've been involved in kind of that CPE, planning those types of events. Currently I'm working on another committee right now. We've got an event coming up in September for CPAs that are working in business and industry, and we've got a one-day seminar that we're going to try in this new COVID-19 environment online, and we're excited to try that and see how that works out. So that's kind of how my association has been. The way that I think I've been able to serve the CPA community first is just by my participation in the UACPA. I think it's really important that we participate, and one of my concerns is that I think that we have less active participation. At least that's my perspective as I see things from some of the members now. I don't know if that's because of the technological world we live in and the advancements that we have, and maybe people aren't as connected as they need to be. But I love that association, and for me, I think what I've been able to do is associate with other members within the UACPA, share my ideas and thoughts with them, sometimes have the opportunity to mentor newer members or younger members that are coming into the profession. That's always been something that I enjoyed, particularly when I was not only in public accounting, but even as I left public accounting and went out into working in business and industry and working for the different companies that I've worked at. Being able to take those peers and people that work for me and helping them learn and grow and understand what it means to be a CPA, to understand what the profession stands for, and to teach those principles, that has been something that I've really enjoyed doing. And I love that kind of that one-on-one connection with those folks. I think general community service, I'll be honest with you, you probably don't even need to use this and cut it out, but I spend most of my spare time at church. So that's where I spend most of my spare time, I'll be honest. Summer for sure. I love cycling. So I need to rephrase that. Sorry, I keep not rephrasing your question. So am I a summer guy or a winter guy? Definitely a summer guy. I like the warmer seasons for the things that I like to do. I'm a tennis fanatic. I love to play tennis. My whole family plays tennis. I maintain and string everybody's tennis rackets. So summertime is our thing. You can still play in the wintertime, and we do usually rent a court time every Saturday during the winter to go play. But I'd much rather be out on a beautiful day like today in the sunshine, playing tennis with my wife or my kids. I also enjoy road cycling, and even though I'm a fat old guy, I get out on my road bike every week and try to get some miles in. Not nearly as much as I'd like to, but try to get out every week on my road bike and spend 2 or 3 hours at least. What I feel I bring to the CPA profession is maybe a different perspective and a different way to look at things. My current managing director, my boss, she's awesome, but she refers to me as an accountant that's not an accountant. I'm a little bit different in my personality. I'm not your traditional green visor and arm protectors to keep your hands, your shirts clean from pen and pencil and those types of things. I actually started college as a theater major at the University of Utah. I was on scholarship in their actor training program, but soon realized I probably needed to find another profession that I could actually support a family with. And so, as I was making those decisions and chose accounting and to study, that led me there. And so I think I bring a different perspective. I do think that while I think I'm good at what I do, I think I'm also good at seeing a different viewpoint and looking at things from a different perspective rather than just saying, hey, this is what the rule says, this is how you should do it. It's okay, well, what really is happening? Do we really understand the form and the substance of a transaction or an event or any kind of thing that you're dealing with to find the best answer and the best solution to help whatever organization I've been working with be successful? I'll be honest with you, I was shocked. I actually sent Tyler back an email saying, "Are you sure? You got the right person? You're kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel this year, it seems like. Maybe it's COVID-19 and everybody else has died. I don't know, but no, it is a great honor to be chosen by peers and by the great staff, I'm assuming at the UACPA that participates in making these nominations for the annual awards at the UACPA. It's a great honor, frankly. It's not something that I certainly seek, and I do try to kind of lay low, and that's kind of the role. I'm a good wingman. I don't know if I'm the greatest person that's always out there in front with my face leading the charge, but I'm a great wingman, but it's a great honor to have my peers and the folks here at the UACPA feel strongly enough about me to honor me with this award. Do I like movies more or TV series more? I like it all. I don't have too many TV series that I watch on a regular basis, although during the COVID-19 pandemic I have gotten hooked on the History Channel's Alone series, so I have caught up and watched all of those, including the current season that just ended a couple weeks ago. So now I'm not sure what I'm going to do on Thursday nights from 11 o'clock to midnight or 12:30 in the morning. But I love movies as well. As I said, I come from a theater background. I love theater. I love all those types of entertainment types of modes. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a stage actor and act on the stage at the Royal Shakespearean Theatre in London. That was my ultimate dream. As we were joking around a little bit earlier, I said, "Hey, can you guys get me hooked up with a Hallmark movie? Because one of my bucket lists is to be the old grandpa dude on a Hallmark movie, right? I'd love to do that. I never had that opportunity once I left my acting and kind of put it in the rearview mirror. I'm hoping that maybe in my older years, as I retire and slow down a little bit, that maybe I'll have those opportunities to go back to acting and doing some of those things that I really enjoyed doing when I was younger." So, I don't know. That's my thought there. The value that a CPA brings to an organization, I think, is again, we've talked about it in other questions, but that perspective that there are bounds that we have to work in, and we can be totally creative. We can find new ways to do things, but there are certain things that we have to understand that there are some boundaries out there, and we can bring our understanding of how business works with how things have to be accounted for, and find that balance to ensure that you're doing things that are going to be most effective, most efficient, help your organization succeed and achieve its goals, but at the same time stay within the bounds that were required from either accounting and or legal standpoints to ensure that we're protecting that organization and making sure that it can continue to exist in perpetuity, right? Or as long as that organization should exist, and we have to protect it. So, being able to balance that, I think, is really, really important. How do I maintain a work-life balance? Honestly, not been good at that most of my career. It certainly got better once I left public accounting. And most of my peers and friends that have been in public accounting or are still in public accounting can relate to that. But it was a concerted effort on my part and a hard decision to leave my public accounting life. I loved it. It was great. I had great friends, great mentors, great opportunities to learn and grow, served great clients. But when I finally left and took the job as a CFO for a software development company back in 2007, and the first time I came home at 5 o'clock or say 5:30, 5:45, my teenage kids, my two oldest daughters were teenagers, they were in high school, and their question to me was, "Why are you here?" And frankly, I think I disrupted the family's way of doing things, and I kind of messed things up for a while, and it took some time for them to adjust and get used to it. But I think I've tried to do my best to make sure I paid attention to them. I did try to go to sporting events and plays and all those types of things to ensure that I was supporting my children. But there are many times that I'd run home from the office and go to those things and then run back to the office after they were over. And we've all done that. It's just kind of the nature of the beast in our career. But I think right now, having the opportunity I have to work for the philanthropies department at the church, that work-life balance is much better. And And I don't know that it was so much that I never had that opportunity. I was just not good at doing it. I could get so sucked into doing my work and focusing so much on that became the priority. And so, again, can't say that I'm still great at it. I'm better at it. But I think it's easier too now that my kids are gone and it's me and my wife, and it makes it a little bit simpler for me to focus on. She's the one that's looking for me at 5:30 or so, not her plus my 4 kids. So vacations in the mountain or on the beach, that is so easy. I am definitely going to be on a beach someplace. Born in Southern California, grew up until I was 4 or 5 years old, literally during the summers going to the beach every day, Santa Monica Beach with my grandmother and my mother, and that has never left me. Beach is so ingrained in me that if I could be on a beach anywhere at any time, I will be there. And so, my favorite places to vacation are going to be anywhere where there's surf and sand. I don't know if I can answer that question with one single event. There's been great experiences, whether it's serving clients in public accounting and helping them meet deadlines and get things done and help their business get better, or doing that for the other companies or organizations that I worked for. For me, that's what it's about. One thing that's a little bit different about me is my wife always told me that I'd never be rich because I don't care enough about money and I'm too honest. And so, looking at a paycheck has never been a thing for me. I know I get a paycheck. My wife asks me for one every year when we have our annual review so that she knows, how much money I make. But I could call her right now and she could tell you how much money I make, but I can't tell you how much money I make. For me, it's been about, can I make a difference? And can I make a difference not only to the organization I work for, but for the people that I associate with? And so whether that was my clients, like I said, in public accounting and helping them accomplish their goals, that's what it was about for me, and helping our firm grow at the time. I mean, I started out with, I think we maybe had 20 employees, and now I think Tanner has probably over 150 or 180 employees. So I was there for those early formative years, and it was exciting. It was great. It was a wonderful time of my life, and then also just trying to help the other companies or organizations I've worked with. That's what it's always been about for me. Can I make a difference, and do I make a difference? And if I can at the end of the day say, okay, I did something today that I hope makes a difference, that's what is an accomplishment for me. The advice that I'd give to a new CPA is to first make sure that they are actively participating in their local society, whether that's here in Utah or some other state. Get involved with the state society. Make sure that they're also participating and understanding what's going on at the American Institute of CPAs. Those are the bodies that help us and help our profession. And I think when you get involved, particularly with your state society and here at the UACPA, you create lifelong friends and associations, people that you can that you can look back to, or that you can call at any time and say, hey, what do you think about this, or can you help me with this? And they're going to drop their hat at a moment's notice and come and help you. Just the opportunity to, when I was driving into the parking lot and Mike Blackburn was pulling out, having finished his interview. I've known Mike for as long as I've been in the industry, and he was in a lot longer than I was before that. And being able to know Mike and serve with him on committees, and to be able to go and hear him. I love listening to him teach at CPE events. He's awesome. But being able to create those types of relationships are what's important. And so that's the advice that I would give to new CPAs. Get involved. Build those relationships. Don't just get so focused on what you're trying to do as far as your career and where you're working and that paycheck, but pull your head up and see the forest for the trees, and take a look up at really what you're doing to contribute, not only to the profession, but to the people that you associate with.